Peace Deep Minds, 255 here, and today we're discussing the old Mega Shenron. Nope, we're discussing the Baby 2 or Baby Vegeta trailer. I'm happy Omega Shenron didn't make it into the game yet. I never understood why anybody would want him in there. Even the other Shadow Dragons kept my attention more than he did. Baby has a background story that is more interesting and involved. If you take Shenron's character, remove the Omega and Dragon part of it, villain-wise, he's just another born villain. Baby had a revenge plot, had multiple changes to his character's physical appearance, and when people think about the best part of GT, it's usually focused on Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Baby Vegeta. That's what's remembered. Anyway, without further ado, whatever that means, let's get to our show. His first set of moves look like a light and a medium, and that light and medium look serviceable. The thing about DLC characters, as we have seen, is that they have specials and they're shown, but the specials aren't important as their frame data, right? They're normals, your light, your medium, and your hard. A good example of this, Gogeta. When Gogeta first came out, he had the most supers in the game. His trailer, the developers playing of him looked wonderful, and then he was unplayable at high levels because his frame data sucked. We're hoping that's not the case with Baby and Vegeta. It also looks like they gave him diving moves, one with his fist and one with his foot. If his dive moves are good like Coolers and Goku Blue, then good. But if it's like Goku Black, it's going to be a waste. I think those dive moves hopefully are also combo tools, and I hope they're plus on block because we saw how unserviceable Goku Blue's dive kicks were for most of season 1 and 2 until they buffed the mess out of it. Now it's deadly, let's hope Baby dives are just as good. Now his DP is what we may call, if it is in fact a DP, it looks, the art style of it looks pretty dope as far as the DP is concerned, but I'm hoping that you can continue to combo with it. Again, it's all about frame data. I have to wonder how safe on block is going to be, because when Teen Gohan does his DP, it's safe on block and it's hard to punish. When Gogeta does his DP, it's lights out. They catch you with a medium, you get TOD'd, and that's the end of it. In the next scene, we see him firing projectiles. I'm going to be honest, with the exception of Brawly, playing keep away or zoning through beams doesn't work effectively in this game. It'll literally get you killed. Kami just dropped the tire list with Frieza being low on it and not being that high up. And we all know that Frieza has sucked for all the seasons of Dragon Ball FighterZ because this game is not really built for zoning. Zoning has been done best by Broly, but nobody truly keeps characters at bay in this game through zoning like you might in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, for example. That being said, I hope that they don't make Baby a zoner. That's going to be aggravating. Baby has this special mechanic where his beams go off the screen and then they come back and hit the opponent. That's great, but again, the problem is with unique mechanics, people figure out how to dodge them and get around them, and our Arc system has to patch it two times to get it working and serviceable. What's an example of that? Jiren. His counter was worthless when he came out in season 2, and it took 3 or 4 patches later to fix it. Right? Right. He does this knee move that sends the character flying off screen, and we know that characters typically use 2 types of moves to send you flying off screen, either specials, supers, or hards. And I hope that knee is not a hard, because if it is, I hope it travels. Because stubby normals, not good, unless they're really fast. One of the reasons why people had a problem in Android 17 was because his medium was stubble. I love the idea here of him being able to use other characters' assists, but my question is, how often and what is the price? Will they make it broken at first and then fix it? Or will they go the Jiren route and they go light and then they have to patch it 3 times later? I'm always of the camp that characters can come out broken and then buff everybody else up. I don't like nerfs as much. Again, we see another move that he has here, the invincible or invisible hand slaps. That directly comes from GT. That's not something Arc System made up. And I imagine that's the case for all of his moves, but I know specifically that comes from GT. It would be amazing if he could do that move in the air again and then combo into it. That would be great. It also looks like they gave him an air grab, and again, that's taken straight from the GT show with him swinging around. In fact, in my DLC Season 3 wishlist video, I actually show the video where that happens. So I'll leave a link for that in below. But I don't like the way those moves he did prior to that. Like, you see the way that those, I don't know if those are mediums or light, but they look stubby. I think he should get the same mediums that Base Vegeta and Super Vegeta got when he starts with the chop, and then you literally start blocking strings with that, and then you start combos with it, and it does heavy damage since he's Baby Vegeta. But we'll see what happens. They gave him this air grab, and I hope it's like Vegito's and that it's easy to combo into, but it seems to take it a step further than that, where you don't have to burn a bar to continue the combo. You can just go right into a super, as you see him doing the beam there. His level 3 looks great. I don't want it to be like Base Cool's or GT Goku's Spirit Bomb. I just hope it's a nice, easy, hard, and he falls into the ground and that's it. Or he can end the combo after doing a special and go right into it. And finally, that Great 8 looks dope. I want to see how the beam property is going to work. I want to see how it's going to work with the changing into a character super, level 1, level 2, then Baby's level 3. You know, Hiroki stated that they can't do transformations, so I don't see an install happening, but at least just being able to see the Great Ape is good. As far as Gogeta being concerned, I literally yelled at the top of my lung. I'm not really into those big reaction videos like that, but when I saw Gogeta, I definitely yelled at the top of my lungs, and Hoshi can shut his mouth because Ribrianne's not in the game. Anyway, this is DeepMind 255 out. One, peace.